start from, will you straddle, just walk over me, Bill? And I'm gonna bring my feet into cross position. So how I love classes, I love to demonstrate how to fall first. That's my favorite thing. Sometimes you'll have a spotter, especially when you're at a jam. You'll have a spotter, there's plenty of people, but more often than not, you're playing with your friend at home, at a park somewhere, it's just the two of you. So I want to teach class as though you're playing just with two people, okay? So one way to fall out of this generally is like falling out like to the side here. And if he falls on the side, as the flyer's responsibility to bring their feet and their hands on the mats if they fall, okay? This is your landing gear. For the bases, if you're dropping your flyers, a good rule of thumb is always to meet them halfway. If you fall straight like a tree, it's timber, and you want to make sure there's at least 2 feet of mats between you, your flyer, and the concrete. So one rule to remember is 2 feet from the concrete. So if the flyer is falling sideways, it's a common fall. You want to bend your knees and meet them halfway so the fall is slower. You kind of absorb some of their fall, okay? All right, so we're going to demonstrate the whole thing correctly here. Go ahead and grab this ankle of this foot. And then we'll bend here and grab this ankle of this foot. Birthday ninja, everybody. Birthday ninja. Birthday ninja. All right, Bill, we'll come back down. Okay, so a very common thing for when you're first flying this is it's confusing to know which foot grabs on which hand. So bases, first thing you want to do is guide your flyers, okay? So get in this position first. This is called cross. If you haven't done cross before, it's basically feet underneath the armpit. And placement's important. Bill really likes the toes on his armpit. He feels that's more comfortable, he's told me. I find personally that the heel is more comfortable because it's narrower. Everyone's different, so figure out which placement works best for you. It can be anywhere between the heel, the toe, or somewhere in between. Okay, so talk to your flyer, it depends on that. So guiding the feet, I take one ankle, it doesn't matter which ankle, but I help guide through the opposite hand. So his ankle here is going to go across, and his opposite hand is grabbing the ankle. Same for the other foot, across and grabbing the ankle. So we stay here for a second. It's just like a lotus kind of pose here, like legs coming over. So the part that comes with the twist is here. You want to grab the hip on the bottom, and you want to push it straight up. As you push straight up, the body's going to naturally turn one direction. Okay. So what you want base is, again, to create this stack, you want to straighten your arm, right? You can also bring 2 hands to reinforce that strength in the beginning when you're building strength. So think of it as a reinforcement or a mutual support, having 2 arms to help support. And again, it's stacked straight up. This is going to be really hard for you to push up. So once you're here ready, help push and straighten out and lock your arms so that it's more balance and less strength. Okay. For the flyers, we'll go back to, let's go back to standing here for a second, Bill. So for the flyers, one way to get into cross really simply is straddle your base, get in front of their hips, sit into, get a nice Ganesh grip. This grip's really strong, it's hard to break, so it makes it really sturdy, this grip. And you're able with that to keep your hips against the base's shins or knees and keep your weight up. Using your core with that grip, it's super strong. And your base will help guide you to grab the correct feet. If your base is brand new and they don't exactly know which way to go, you can help guide them too. Again, opposite hand grabs opposite foot. Other hand grabs opposite foot. And as you push, if you push straight up, the body's going to turn naturally one way. And one way to remember this easily is the bottom bends. So which knee bends? The bottom leg bends. So his bottom leg is bent and his top leg is straightened out. That gives it that ninja look. So this This is point B, where you want to end. If you're really flexible, you can even extend this leg and it becomes a full split. So that's another thing that you can do. And Bill's spine being right there, so that's good. So warming up to this, if you want to warm up to this, I would say get into that nice cross first. Maybe cross. So from here, basic, you can warm up by just doing a couple of presses to get your arms warmed up and to lock them out, okay? And for flyers, let's come on down, Bill. For flyers, this is the ninja twist is a deep stretch in your hamstring. So stretch your hamstrings up before you do this and warm that up. Get a really nice stretch, especially the leg that you want to kick out. And eventually you want to kick out both legs. But use the leg that you're more flexible with. Use that as the top leg, the one that you're going to lengthen up. Because which leg bends? It's the bottom leg that bends. So maybe the bottom leg, the one that's less flexible, keep that on the bottom, and then the leg that's more flexible, straighten that out on top. So breaking up groups. Interface me. Go ahead and walk over my hips. Okay, put your armpit right in.
Okay.
There you go. Ganesh grip, strong. Pull your legs up. Take this hand, grab this ankle. This hand. Take this hand, grab this ankle. As I push this hip up, kick it out. Good. So get that feel. Good. Let's do the other side. So let's come back down. Let's take this hand and grab this foot. This hand grabs this foot. This hand, grabs your foot here. This foot. There you go. And this hand grabs this foot. And then we'll kick this side. So bottom leg bends, right? So bottom leg bends. This is your bottom leg. There you go. Bottom leg bends, right? Bottom leg is bent. And the top leg straightens up. Okay. We're gonna wrap. We'll come down here.
All right, that's fine.
All right, Becca. Walk over. Okay, so you'll walk over my hips. Bend the knee. Come up. So this foot grabs this ankle. This hand. This hand grabs this ankle. You got it right. This hand grabs this ankle. And then we're gonna. So bottom leg keeps bent, and the top leg straightens out. Yeah. Nice. Perfect. So hold it. Hold both ankles. Bend them both again. Come back to the original position. There you go. Now this hand grabs this ankle. This hand. And then this hand grabs this ankle. Straighten. Bottom bends, and the top straightens out. And since you're super bendy, you can bend both. You can just split out. You can, straighten both. You can hold on if you can. Straighten both out. Okay. It's a deep one. Good. Okay. Let's come back down. And down this way. It's just a lot of hamstring to stretch it out. Basing. So you've based Tarian already. I'm going to show you another way to base Tarian. Okay. Tarian, will you come over into whale, please? So to get into cross, you can also lean back into whale. You've done this with me before, right? So here, watch this, Anna. This one you can totally do too, okay?
I can face him into that?
Maybe not today. Maybe not today. Okay. Maybe not exactly today, but if you do today, we'll have some spotters. All right, Stacy, if you want to learn this, watch where my feet go. Instead of taking this off, she's going to fall this way. I bring my foot sideways first so that there's more balance there, and then I walk my feet into the armpit. And then into the armpit.
I don't really know.
So sideways first. So Tara, do you like the toes better or do you like the heels for you? Which
like
feels
the most
better?
colorful mix set.
Like the middle of the butt.
Yeah.
You don't know? About the same?
Oh, really? Is this a recent order? Is this a recent order? No.
All right, we'll come down.
Oh, okay. At the time. Yeah.
Okay.
little one in the middle.
So first we'll squat down. Let's demo how this could go bad, okay? And forward. Ah! Okay. So for the base, the first thing you want to do and focus when you're coming over, lock those arms, push them as soon as you can. If she comes over this way and your arms are locked, her feet are just gonna land down. Her head won't hit the ground because your arms are locked. So we'll demo what it looks like. So you look straight back, right? Just go lean forward. And then straddle. That's another way to get into straddle band. So for the basis, we'll come back down. Two things I want you to focus on. First is stacking. Stack your arms. As she comes over, stack them as soon as you can. There's going to be a little bit of a momentum that you can use. Instead of just like falling backwards and like going, it's a lot of strength. You want to row with your flyer. Row forward, and as you roll backwards, use her momentum or his momentum. Come back and then push right away. Okay? So one thing again is stacking. A second thing is using that momentum. It's going to be huge. So the rolling, that momentum gives you a little bit of a boost as you're rolling in. Watch where my knees are. They're right underneath her shoulders. Last week we did cannonball. It's a very similar move with cannonball. You can warm up with cannonball. I bring my knees back against her back here so that she can kind of like push off her back off my knees to get up. Okay, so again, focus on the momentum, focus on the locking your arms out, and lastly, watch what as I come up. 2, 1. Watch my feet. If you bring your feet towards your face, she's gonna fall. You have to counterbalance. Bring your feet away, back that way. Okay? So as you bring your feet away, her arms straighten out and you counterbalance. Her weight's going this way and your feet are going backwards, behind, so we can counterbalance it. Beautiful, Jamie. We'll go straddle. 1. So her weight goes this way and your feet go that way. And that creates that nice tension together. Okay, we'll come back forward again. For the flyers. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Now it's Jamie's turn. What the flyer is doing is she grabs my ankles. Jamie seems to like to grab on the side here. Can you imagine point B? Point B is getting into reverse cannon, right? So imagine that first as you're coming in. You have to be able to see it in your mind before you can do it. So you're going to be upside down with your hands that way, and your vision is towards the cars behind you. Okay? Instead of looking, if you look up, I find that if you look straight towards the ceiling, you're not bringing your weight far back enough. So it's important that you focus your sights back towards the cars. Because it's just like when you're driving, wherever you look, you're going to go. So if you look back this way, your weight's going to come back this way, and it helps with the base to have that tension, that counter tension that makes it work. Okay? So again, she grabs my ankle on the sides here. My feet are right underneath her butt. My knees are right back here. She's going to push back against my knees, and as she rolls back, I'm going to push her up, and she's going to stay really tight. So the key principle is to keep light, be tight, or tight and light. Okay. So really keep your core tight and your legs tight, and it makes it lighter for the base. Forward. And arms are locked straight out. I'm counterbalancing forward. She's pointing her toes straight up. It's keeping her legs tight and her core tight. Okay, straddle.
Those look very.
Will you tell the other flyers what you're doing that I'm missing? We'll roll back forward.
One leg up at a time and then the other one. It makes it have some balance there. And yes, forward, try to
push them this way, and as you push back with your arms, so you're kind of falling that way, but you have like, I'm not very good at public speaking.
No, you're doing good. So what I hear is that you're saying as you come over this way, your arms are keeping you from falling back because my legs are going that way, right?
Yes.
And it seems like when you first fly, you have a tendency to maybe bend at the waist like this. And what I hear is she's saying push your hips forward so your legs are straight. So instead of bending the way, push your hips forward and bring your legs back like that. And your arms are back this way. Warming up. So one way to warm up for bases is if you did a cannonball last time, do those cannonball mounts. How do we do cannonball? Oh, yeah, we lock the cannon. We lock the cannon first. So we'll go to straddle. So you can warm up this way. Get into a cannon. 2, 1, we'll push the straddle. Okay. 2, 1. Like that. So maybe that's a way to, because you learned that last week, to warm up using that cannonball mount. So it's anything that gives you that nice push, because you would be using that push and locking out. And for the flyers, a great way to warm up for this is to get on your butt and like roll into candle on triceps like that. So practice rolling back. Go and push your hips forward, like Jamie said. Yeah, let's break up with the. Did anyone have a question? Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I would say for me, I like using half of that weight off of my legs and the other half with my arms. So she's coming back. I'm lifting with my legs. And then her back is on my knee. I'm lifting her up and then simultaneously pushing out. And then when you first come up, you naturally want to go way over. So as you come up, and as she's balanced, pull your legs away. And keep those arms locked. And you keep them locked, everything would be kosher. Just keep them straight. So same partners. Does anyone have a question right now? Let's play same partners and then explore that for a little bit.
Dow, if she keeps coming over,
yes,
and she's still holding your legs, she's going to start wrenching her arms, right? So kind of once you have realized you've lost it totally, you might want to let go.
Yeah,
right?
I totally think that's a great.
I feel like, yeah.
Especially if you have, if you're a guy, your shoulders are going to be tighter. If Chris makes a great point, if you're coming over and if you feel like you're going to fall over, do let go, and the base will keep your arms straight so you can land on your feet. So that's a great principle in acro. You have to know when it's appropriate to let go. You want to hold on for that counterbalance, but if you feel like going over, let go, and this is your landing gear. Bring it to the mat and brace yourself. Okay. Same team. So who was on your team? Partnered up? Who was partnered up before? You guys?
It was us, Tulio, and Lily.
Started? Okay. Let's have Chris. Will you work with Lily and Jamie? And then, oh no, it's 2 girls. Let's have Julio. Julio, come over with Chris and come over with Chris and then Lily. Yeah, you 3, please. And then Jamie, how about you?
Okay.
Tara and Jamie, you 3. Yeah, let's have you 3. And then you guys were good together. And let's start together again, okay?
She's been gone.
Becca, come on. Oh wait, actually, let's have Brianna come first, because Brianna, you're gonna be flying a lot tonight, so I want you to feel it first, okay? And then Becca, you go right after. Okay. Today? Yeah, a little bit. So you're gonna sit on my feet? Sit down, please. On my feet, good. And then grab my ankles. Maybe on the side. I think that's good.
Towards my hips a little bit.
Is that right?
Straighten up my
Okay.
tall.
Let's go forward. Go back. Let's go to cannonball first, okay?
Leaning to your left.
We'll lock the cannon. 2, 1. Push up.
Extend from your hips like that.
There you go.
Oh wait, am I grabbing your ankle?
Sure. Here are my ankles. I'm gonna work a little bit. Good. Push it. Look towards the cars. Hips forward. Yeah. Candle looks good. It's rock solid straight. Point your toes towards the ceiling. Okay. Hold on to my feet real tight. I'm gonna counterbalance. And then straddle. And bring your hips towards my feet. Good. We'll roll back forward.
This way? This
Let's do that again, okay?
thumbs down.
We'll sit. Okay. So push off your back against my knees, right? And then when you come up, I'm gonna push you up. I'm gonna lift you up with my feet. And then your job is to, again, vision towards the cars and tight. Everything tight. You're doing good. Okay. So rolling forward and back. Good. There you go. Push my feet away. And hips forward a little. There you go. Beautiful.
Got it.
Let's go. And straddle. And in.
So, lock your arms over.
We'll come forward. Thank you. You're gonna fly next. I get to fly today. Bill? Okay. So where do you like to aim your feet?
I need to get them as low as possible.
Yeah.
So that when you sit up, you have to sit up.
Exactly. Okay.
We're going to do the handstand, but not a headstand, right?
Yes, handstand. See?
Magic.
So should I go a little with a little more momentum? Works better for you? Slower is better.
For me.
Yeah.
Just because since I'm newer, I
Yeah.
get better at it.
Correct.
It can be a better whip.
Yes.
Like vanilla base, it's a beautiful little pop.
Yeah.
But I haven't gotten that far yet.
Good. So let's come down. Nice. A little more, Bill, please. A little more. It's been fun.
Yeah, done yet.
So, how could I fall out of that?
Rolling
Well, I
off
can
this.
catch.
Yeah.
Also, if I'm too low on your leg,
Yes.
like my finger will slip off and you'll just land right there. Or I won't be able to press up. If there's not enough momentum, I'll
Yeah.
go forward and you'll land
Yeah.
back on your head, which is the one we most want.
Yes. So what's one good thing that we can do to prevent injury? With all these mats, what's a good rule to play with? 2 feet from the concrete. So you're saying like your head and your torso and your butt's all within the color here? Within the middle? Okay, good to know. Okay, so as the base, where are you aiming your feet again as I'm coming over?
I'm
Okay.
trying to get a little bit higher up on your back.
Low.
You're other way around, but
Right.
It's harder when you're upside down.
Yeah, I think it's a little lower so that my, no, you're right, higher, so that, because my feet are coming over,
Yeah.
you want to bring your feet not too low in the butt, but a little higher here because as my feet come over, they have more weight to come over here. Otherwise, you're going to fall back this way. Okay. So we'll do it again in slow-mo?
And then plop.
So what I felt was you grabbed my feet and helped
Yeah,
pull
there's
me
a
down.
direction. I pull down on the feet.
Yes.
Pop real quick.
2. And I found as the flyer, as I'm coming over, there's a part that feels a little precarious as I'm dangling. He's gonna grab my feet to create an anchor. I'm gonna use my core to sit up. Okay. So a warm up for flyers is get your core worked up. Do some sit-ups. What can you do as a base to get some strength there, Bill? Maybe some squats.
Kind of get warmed
Yeah.
up,
Yeah.
presses like that. But you're gonna grab the top of the feet
Yes.
firmly. You're gonna be pulling down here,
Yes.
and as you pull down, you pop up to grab the other side of the leg.
And then let's come back down, Bill. As I'm coming over, do you find that it helps the flyer if you meet meet me in the middle, meaning as I'm coming over, if your legs are straight all the way, it's really hard for me to come over, right? So you give a little bit of a bend. So you're gonna meet your flyer and give a little bit of a bend so that the flyer can bring their legs over. And then once they're over, you grab the feet and then you can kick up. Right. Un más? Yeah.
Running start. Double back foot back.
Okay. Beautiful, Bill. Thank you, guys. All right, come down.